What's up, guys? So I've got a gig coming up and I need to decide what the rig is going to be. Got a ton of options here, and I'm just going to take you guys along for the ride as I normally do. Just kind of go through the process, and hopefully I'll get some clips at the gig itself as well. So basically, the only thing I'm for sure on is the Bassman. So this is my 1959 Fender Bassman, one of the most famous amps of all time. And I've done a whole series on it. I did a bunch of work to the amplifier, and it is about as ready as an amp can be for a gig. However, it's not been battle tested. Well, obviously it's been battle tested by somebody else, but not by me. And I don't want to trust, an amp that has not been battle tested to an important gig by itself. So I know this is going to be part of the rig, but I don't know what I'm going to pair it with because I need to have another amp just in case one goes down. So we've got a lot of options here. And honestly, I'm not sure which route I'm going to go. So immediately what comes to mind, we've got the 1968 Drip Edge Super. Now this amplifier is also not battle tested. It is a 410, so 410, 410, that could be kind of cool together. Obviously a different tone. This does have a master volume installed in it, so I could get more breakup out of it to kind of match them okay. But again, it's not been battle tested, so it's worked great for me at home. I think it needs to be an amp that I've played live before and has successfully gotten through a 2-3 hour gig. So that kind of leaves us with a few less options. Immediately, my thought process is I love this amp so much. This thing sounds so great, but it's only 10 watts, so it's not going to be able to hang with the Bassman. So I think that's out. So really, we're just between the Vibrolux and the AC30. 410, 210, 212. I am leaning towards the AC30, I think. I'm not sure I'm able to get enough breakup out of this, and I don't really know that's going to give me kind of the wide sound I'm looking for. Yeah, you know what? Let's screw it. Let's just do this. AC, this is my favorite amp of all time. It's been on the channel a bunch. This is, again, a 64 AC30 Super Twin. This amp I've gigged more than all my other amps combined. So this one and this one, that should be pretty sweet. So let's get it set up and we'll do just a little bit of testing, confirm everything is looking good, and go from there. All right, so I have the amps set up here, and we're actually running in stereo, which is not something I originally planned on doing. I haven't run stereo amps in a very long time. Usually there's not really a point to it, but we are playing some originals that are just more atmospheric, and they lend themselves to a bit more of that kind of spacey ambient sound. So I thought, why not? Let's just freaking try it. So if we're going to be excessive, let's just go all the way, right? So we have currently the Flint in stereo, the Strymon Flint, and then the Keeley Halo delay in stereo. Everything else is in mono, obviously just running into the front end. I was kind of worried that the Bassman might just completely overshoot or overshadow the AC30, but to be honest, it's a little bit of the opposite. I think it comes down to the speakers in the AC30. They're just more efficient, whereas the speakers in the Bassman, they are quite a bit less efficient. So even though this is higher wattage amplifier, the AC30 definitely is coming across louder. But together, I actually think the sounds are pretty great so far. So I think it's going to work out well, but definitely more gain coming out of the Bassman than the AC30. It's usually the opposite. Usually the AC30 is gained up quite a bit, and it's hard to match the other amp. So this is going to be fun. Let's go ahead and just play around with it a little bit, see what we got, and settle on the rig. AC30 first, just by itself. Guitar volume on like 4. Bassman, same thing. So let's hear both of them together. Try some more ambient tones here. All right, some insane tones there. I don't know how well the camera mic picked it up, but yeah, I'm very pleased. This is definitely going to be the rig we're running. You know, they're different, there's two sounds of the amps, but I think they actually complement each other really well. So I'll quickly just show you the settings here on the amps. This is probably roughly what I'll be running. So we can see this is the volume for the Brilliant channel. This is basically as low as it'll go before it turns off. And you can hear it's still got a decent amount of breakup to it. But really to balance it with the basement, it needs to be set about there. You can see the cut control. I'm not going to show you the back, so you won't be able to see the treble bass, but set fairly neutral. And then here's the bassman, which of course is missing all of the lettering and everything. But so you can see jumper, both channels, and we're running both together right around 4 each. And then this would be treble, bass, middle, presence. So see how that is set. And then let's take a look at the pedal board real quick. Show you guys what I'm running. So signal chain is pretty straightforward. So basically we've got the guitar going into the Naga Viper, which is a treble booster. And you guys heard that hopefully towards the end, if I did this correctly. Yeah, just something I'm trying. And part of the reason for it is because with these vintage amps set to where they're already compressing like the basement is, basically what you end up happening is you have no headroom to get a boost for a solo. So, you know, if I'm running a power station, the Fry-It power station, which is usually what I do live, I can do a boost there to any volume level I want to jump way up ahead. Running a normal tube screamer, for example, into the front of a compressed vintage amp, it's just not going to give you any volume increase, or at least not enough for our live gigs. So trying this out, and I thought it worked pretty well. We'll have to see live. I've not used that. Oh, there you go, focus. I've not used that live. No, I've used it once live, actually. And then the Vemiram Jan Ray, not doing anything with that. I'm just experimenting a little bit. I didn't show it on film, but just kind of as an underdrive to bring down the overall volume. Just as a little bit of experimentation, just in case I get yelled at for being too loud. And then we've got the Analog Man modded OD9 there. And so it's got a Bad Bob booster there as the mod. And that's a great boost. But again, not really enough into a already driven amp. You can see the Tube Screamer side is the level all the way full. And it just doesn't really give you any volume increase. Just does cut some bass, which is helpful. Then we got the modulations. We got an original CE2 and then a Phase 95, both totally great. And then it actually goes into the Deluxe Memory Man. This is one of my favorite this is definitely my favorite pedal of all time. And this is a vintage one, obviously seen some things. And when you guys heard it, it was basically set like this. So basically right on the edge of oscillation, and just kind of set to be very ambient sounding. But throughout the gig, I typically adjust the settings quite a bit for different stuff, slap back, kind of a basic delay, or something more what you guys heard there. And then it goes from there into the Halo, and the Halo is a stereo delay, and part of it I was using the dual delay setting, which sounds really, really massive. The other part was a slap back. All of that is in stereo coming out of the Halo into the Flint, which is also in stereo, and then that is running into the Lele little dual here, which allows me to make sure the phase is correct for the amps and there's no ground loop or anything like that. So yeah, and you can see this little junction box too. I built this. This is basically to run, because this is a Memory Man that runs off of a 3-prong cord into the wall. I basically got it routed into this little box so I can use one IEC cable, and that powers the entire board, including the power supply, which is under these pedals here. So that just makes it super, super easy for me. And yeah, then the guitar, you guys, I've seen this guitar many times on the channel. My favorite guitar, probably. Such a good guitar. This is a 54 Les Paul custom, made to measure in this cool white color. And yeah, it's been played a bunch. And just love it. So I think, guys, this is the live rig for the gig. So I guess from here I'll keep tweaking it, and hopefully I'll be able to get some audio from the gig that you guys can hear. So let's jump to that.
How we feeling tonight? We don't even talk anymore.
Well, she walks like a model, talks like a goddess, oh, wonder like tomorrow, girl. She got eyes like Medusa, ass is seducer, begging to put me down. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much.
Well, there you go. The most excessive rig I've personally ever seen. It's so over the top. I get it. Before the keyboard warriors get going, I understand. Let me be very clear. None of this, absolutely none of this is necessary to sound good at a gig. None of it. You could play a digital rig. You could play a small amp. whatever else, you can still sound great. I'm not claiming this is the best tone in the world, but damn, did it sound good. And it felt great to play. It was just so fun, so fun. This is an exercise in fun for me. You know, what's the point of having this stuff if you're not going to use it? You know, there's certain collectors who will just, you know, have their amp collections and whatnot sitting in a room somewhere, and they'll never see the light of day until, you know, they get until they change ownership. That's not me. That's not what I intended to do. I put countless hours into both of these amplifiers to get them to this point. They need a ton of work. You know, I really did save them. They were both in very poor condition when I got them. Weeks of work into each of them, and here they are. I gave them a new lease on life. That's something that was so big to me. I take so much pride in, you know, fixing up these old amps and playing them again, just like they were intended. You know, some of this stuff you can get very precious about it, and I totally get it. It's worth a lot of money, but for me, I just really enjoy playing these out. So that's what I do. It is what it is. Now I was doing a little mental math, just kind of thinking of replacement value for all this stuff, and it's quite a lot. I think we're in the 20, 25K range, you know, probably 7 to 10K here, 5 to 6K here, probably close to 2K with the pedal board, the guitars, you know, it's a made to measure Les Paul. That's gonna be a lot of money. That's not a lot of money, 1,500 bucks or so, but yeah, all in, it's a ton of money. Again, replacement value, not what I paid. But yeah, it's completely over the top, but keep guitar fun. You know, everyone gets so serious about it, and you know, there's a very strong wave of being as efficient as possible, the most bang for the buck, and I totally get it. That's awesome. But those people tend to look down on the other people that like to do a bit more of the crazy stuff. It's all good. It doesn't matter what you play. Just have fun. So that's my message. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and until next time, see ya.